I'm sitting here in my office studio in Orlando with our Vice President of Business Development, Alex Servacio, talking about all the things that happened this summer at Coaching You Live. And one of the things that Kevin Eastman and I wanted to share with the people, unfortunately, that weren't able to come was the learning experience that, as always, in the 5 years that we've been in business, the 4 years that we've been doing these, of what we've really tried to accomplish. Coaching You Live is all about learning. It's all about teaching, and it's about sharing. When Kevin and I came up with this idea several years ago, our goal was a very simple one. What would we want to learn if we went to a clinic? What would we give that other people haven't? And that's kind of been what we've used as our mission statement all along. And I'll be honest with you, in the 40 years that I've been in coaching, Kevin and I have exceeded all of our expectations on this because the people that have attended our events have been just so incredible as far as telling us what they wanted, and really the feedback they provided us has pushed us to each year keep going and trying to be better and better. These 2 days of our events each year, they almost become like religious, cultural experiences now where we come, we teach, and at the end of the 2 days, the bond that we've formed, the learning that has taken place, not just on the part of the learners, but on the part of the speakers to the people attending, has been unsurpassed. We started this years ago with the idea that Kevin wanted the people to learn 700 nuggets of coaching information. We weren't going to be the clinic of jokes, funny stories, even though we tell them. It was going to be about what can you get out of this that's going to make you a better coach. You know, when I first started out in coaching, I was of the opinion that if I went to a clinic and I learned one thing, I came home with one thing, it was a great clinic. But now what's happened in our time that we've been putting these on is I've come home with hundreds of things. The two things that Kevin and I try to guarantee you that when you come to a Coaching You Live event is that we're going to have to provide ice for you the first night because your hand's going to be so sore from writing. And then we're probably going to get you another notebook or notepad that you're going to do. And that you're going to go home with 700 plus things of learning. We've exceeded that in each event that we've had. And that's, you know, in the 5 events that we've had, it's just been fabulous for us. But what we wanted to do is we sell DVDs each year. And, you know, this is about, though, for those of you that really want to learn and get better, we have found that getting these DVDs has taken you to another level. My learning doesn't take place till August and September when Alex, myself, and Kevin sit down to edit the DVDs and go through them. And I said, even though I listened to the speaker, I took notes, how much I missed. So what we wanted to do in the next few days is kind of show you a little bit of a sampling of what happened at our event, and at the same time let you know what in the future that you'll be able to come and attend. We think it's one of those events that if you can't get there, you need to get these for your library, for you, for your staff, and people that you just care about. If you want to take yourself to a next level as a coach, I think this is it. You know, we have 11 different segments usually at each of our events, and I wanted to share, and Kevin wanted to share with you what we thought were a couple of special ones. In our first one today, what I wanted to share with you is our dear friend Jeff Van Gundy, who is one of the best coaches I've ever coached against in the NBA, and Kevin has, and now just a fabulous ESPN, ABC announcer, does the NBA Finals every year. He is one of the great thought leaders in the game of basketball. There is nothing that I could ask Jeff about basketball that he would not have a strong opinion, thought, or philosophy on that Kevin and I could bring to him. The hardest thing with Jeff is you want him to speak on about 10 different topics, but we had him do 2 at our event in Indianapolis, and I wanted to share with you. One, he did a fantastic event with Flip Saunders where Flip showed all of his offensive things and Jeff defended him, but Jeff then came with something that was and most of the ideas for our topics all come from Kevin Eastman. One of the things that, you know, Kevin always approaches our topics in an interesting way. is what would I want to learn from listening to our speakers? And I think it's a great way of learning, because if Kevin, I say this all the time, Kevin Eastman, I think, is one of the greatest teachers in the game of basketball, but most importantly, he's the best learner I've ever been around. So he's kind of the one that really is the one that establishes the content that we're going to deliver each year. And I think what Kevin did on this one is he wanted Jeff Van Gundy to be able to say, what are the things that I've observed from coaches that I've coached against, that I've gone around and watched them prepare their teams for NBA games. Not just the good stuff, but some of the bad. And his presentation was spectacular. But what I want to do is I want to give you a few minutes to get a feel for what Jeff did, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. But you know what? The learning is not going to just stop there. You come back tomorrow, and I'm going to have another dear friend of ours, a full professor at Coaching U Live, Lawrence Frank, is going to give you a topic that you never hear discussed in a clinic. Please enjoy.
Okay, so how do you decide whether to block out or pursue the ball? Listen, rebounding to me is this. You have to do one of these three things. You have to get rebounds, you have to prevent rebounds, or hopefully you can prevent and get rebounds, right? If you're a special rebounder. So you got to help us, though. You got to get them, you got to prevent them, or hopefully you're doing both, okay? If you're on the lane line when the shot goes up, and we're going to say this guy's shooting a contested shot, we're blocking out. How? Traditional block out. Step into the guy, knock him back, turn in, keep your body on him, find the ball, go after it, okay? Nothing big there. What are the perimeter players doing? Okay? They're doing this. When the shot's taken, and if the shot was taken up here, and I'm guarding the guy there and the bucket's there, we said this. The shot's taken. We immediately turn and check. Okay? Check. If he's coming, we're going to hit him. We're going to meet him and block him out because he's coming to the lane line. If he's standing or moving back, we turn. We don't pursue, but we turn back into that area because we're going to help in what we call engaged rebounds. So let's say the shot goes up there. This guy's in a traditional block out. This guy's going back. This guy's going back. Okay? So these guys check, turn, hold their ground. Why? Let's just say that I'll take it. Let's take the shot from over here, okay? So the shot goes here, and it's going to come like that. Now, I was taught, and I don't know if this myth still prevails, but I was taught that the ball, if it's shot, wherever it's shot from, it's going to rebound half the distance and at the opposite angle from which it was shot. Is that still prevalent? No? I don't know if it's true. Brad? Is it? Okay. This guy, I love this guy. All right? So I had a guy, I love that. I had a guy with the Knicks. We were having a film session. We got pounded on the boards. His name was LeVar Postel. He was Big East Scholar Athlete Basketball Player of the Year. Okay? And he majored in Spanish. So we're at this film session on the court, and I'm not in a good mood today because there's certain things in basketball that every coach should take personal, right? Whatever your thing is, mine is transition defense, rebounding, screening, loose balls. The thing I think that I should be able to control. Well, this game, we were a little bit timid, to be kind, on the board. So we're grinding back, this offensive rebound. So I say to Scholar Athlete of the Year, Spanish major LeVar Postel, LeVar, if the ball is shot from 24 feet, from here, where is it going to rebound? he immediately put his hands, he was a rookie, to be fair. He put his hands in his face and he started rocking like this, right? And I'm not in a good mood, right? But I'm even like, what is up with this guy, right? And he finally, he pops up after, it seemed like forever, but it was probably 30 seconds. And he said, I don't know, I majored in Spanish. And Sprewell, who was a benevolent kind, goes, well, give him the answer in Spanish then.